So here it is, the guitar that Solar said that they would never make. Or should I say that Ola said that they would never make. I've been watching Ola England's videos for quite a while now, so it's only right that I would have had my eye on a Solar guitar, which I have for quite a while. So immediately when I saw this release video, I knew that I had to pick one up, especially at the price point they had it at. But is it worth it? That's what we're gonna find out in today's video. But before we get into all that, I'd like to introduce myself a little bit because this is gonna be my first full video, not just a short. My name is Nate Audi. I've been playing guitar for about 15 years. I'm not really sure which direction this channel is going in yet, so if you have any recommendations for things that you would like to see in a future video, just let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you feel that this video is informative and helps you at all, I would really appreciate, and it would mean the world to me, if you would like and subscribe. So with all that out of the way, let's get into some specs, what this guitar is, and who it might be for. So if it's not already obvious, this is a headless guitar, or commonly referred to as a traveling guitar. That's how Solar is kind of marketing it, if you will. But they've gotten really popular over the last few years or so. It sits real nice, and it's lightweight, and it's comfortable, and it has no neck dive. So it's real easy to sit with for long periods of time. The guitar comes in a 6-string or a 7-string version like I have here. It comes with a basswood body, a maple neck, and a purple heart fretboard, which admittedly I'm unfamiliar with, but it's very similar to just an ebony fretboard, I would say. It only comes in a multi-scale option, and for the 7-string model, it's 25.5 on the high string and 26.5 on the low string. For the 6-string model, it is, I believe, 24.75 on the high and 25.5 on the low string. It does have a bolt-on neck. It only comes in one color at the moment, which is this carbon black, which personally I think it looks pretty good. It's like a matte black. The guitar does have 24 frets, but they are nickel. So if you're a stainless steel guy and that's a deal breaker for you, this might not be it. Other than that, it comes with Solar's own Alnico passive pickups in the bridge and the neck, which sound pretty decent in my testing so far. And how can you not love this 12th fret inlay that Solar has? Oh, chef's kiss. And I do just want to give a quick PSA. This is not the fault of the manufacturer. We can't blame them for this. But if you do live in the USA, you're going to pay an extra 50% upon importing it in duties and taxes because it is manufactured in China. Even though it ships from Spain, they do it by wherever it's manufactured. So since it's manufactured in China, you can pay an extra 50% on top of that. So that brings the price of this guitar up to almost $1,100, give or take. So is it worth that price if you live in the USA? Well, we're gonna find out. Okay, so let's talk about the good things first. First things first, the carbon black paint. I think it looks great. I love the matte black finish, but of course that's subjective, so your mileage may vary. The fretwork on the guitar as soon as it came out of the box was pretty good. There's really no sharp fret ends at all. The polishing is pretty good. Bending feels good. There are only a couple of frets down here that might have needed a little extra more attention, but other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. They're pretty decent. They are, like I said before though, nickel frets and not stainless steel, so just keep that in mind. Another positive for me at least is the multi-scale neck, which is also a subjective positive of course, but I love playing on multi-scale necks. It feels good to me. And it gives you more tension on these low strings, which personally, I play metal, so that makes sense for me, right? Another thing, the input jack on the guitar is actually in a pretty decent spot. You will want to use a 90-degree cable though, just to keep it 100% out of the way, especially if you sit classical style like me, because your leg's right here. But other than that, I like the placement personally. Another thing is the headless locking nut is actually a pretty decent design in my opinion. A lot of the ones I've played on before have had really sharp corners up here, so when you're sliding up quick, you hit it and it hurts your fingers. I got none of that with this. It also has a cool design where when the strings go in, it kind of slides down out the back of the guitar like this. and then you can clip them really close, and it's got like this shelf here so it protects you from like catching it and cutting your hands and fingers. I like it. I think it's a good design. I think they did good there. Played a lot of headless guitars where the tuning knobs down here were very difficult to turn, especially when you're tightening them, of course. Not the case with these. I can gladly say these are very easy to turn. I haven't had any issues with that whatsoever. It also comes with a pretty sweet gig bag. Obviously the nice Solar logo there on the front. Bag up front for cables, picks, whatever you need. Maybe not the best padding inside, but for the price of a guitar, to have this included, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about some of the not so good stuff, because if I'm being completely honest, the first time I took it out of the box, the experience was not great. So the first thing I noticed upon plugging it in and turning the volume up, start messing around with it, is the volume knob immediately popped off. I'm talking about with zero force. The plastic that slides onto the top of the volume pot and the metal part were completely separated, and they had some sort of like paper jammed in there to like keep it on, which obviously didn't work at all. So that was my first experience taking it out of the box, which was not that great. Now, obviously I did fix this with just like a little bit of super glue, and it's been fine since, but in my opinion, not something you should have to do when you first buy a brand new guitar. So the next big thing that I noticed is that the guitar wouldn't stay in tune. And by that, I really mean like when I played a note, it just sounded off, and I couldn't figure out why until I went to go tune it again. And when I just moved them up and down a little bit, the note would go, you know, it would bend shift, it would go flat or whatever. And it was because these individual bridge segments here were all loose. And I'm like, okay, no biggie, maybe it just got jostled in shipment. I'll put some new strings on, tighten them up, good to go. So I restrung it, tighten them up, put them back on, and within a few other tuning cycles, I mean, they were already loose again. So I don't know if they need to use like Loctite or something on these bolts from the factory to make sure that they stay tight, because it does screw into a metal plate. It doesn't screw directly into the wood body. So they could definitely use a little bit of Loctite or something to keep those down. I think that might be a good option maybe on their future revisions or whatever. And finally, the pickups are a bit noisy. This is with no noise gate at all. Yeah, it's pretty loud. So I've had to use quite a bit of a noise gate to kind of quiet it down when I'm recording, more so than my other guitars. I don't know if these are the same pickups that they put in all their S for Solar guitars, or if it's specific to this model since it's made in China. I don't know if it's a grounding issue or what. But yeah, just know you're gonna need to use a noise gate with this. So that's it, guys. That's my unfiltered opinion on the new Solar headless guitar. So what do I think? Is it worth the price? If you don't live in the US and you're just paying the $700, $750 after tax or whatever it is, then I think yes, it could be a great budget option for some of you out there. If you do live in the US and you have to pay that extra 50% tax, at this point in time, I can't recommend it like this. There's just a few things that, in my opinion, are unacceptable. The fact that this never stays tight, the volume knob was off, the noisy pickups I can kind of deal with. I can just, you know, turn the noise gate up. But for $1,100, I just think that there are more new or used options that you could be looking at that might be better than this. Hopefully that changes in a future revision or update or new guitar. I would love to see them fix some of these problems for sure. But as it stands, that's just kind of how I'm feeling about it right now. Let me know if you guys picked up one of these, or if you're planning on picking up one of these, or if you were planning on picking up one of these and maybe you're kind of thinking twice now. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And also, if you felt that this video was informative or helped you out at all, it would mean the world to me if you guys could like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.